Okay. Let's just go. Okay, that's weird. For some reason this does not connect. It's this part. So
it doesn't work for this. Oh, there we are. Did you do now magically? You lifted it and thank you. So the main rule of friends. If you're still on your back, stretch yourself out a little bit, stretch yourself long if you like. And then bend your knees. Roll over to your right side. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Strength within your spine. Hands resting comfortably in your lap or on your legs. Face very soft, very relaxed. No effort. And then allow this idea or this feeling that you are not even the one who's sitting right now. It's just happening. No need to identify too much. In a way as generally we don't think of the breath and yet it's still happening. Let this seat happen. Let this moment happen with all its little sounds, with all its little deliciousness, really. There's no need to fill the moment with anything. As always, we are going to start with 3 rounds of Om. So place your hands together in front of the chest, heart center. And exhale deeply. Inhale. Bow your head towards your heart center and offer your practice up to somebody, something outside yourself. And then you can rest your hands back onto your knees and we chant Asato Ma Sat Gamaya. We're going to chant 3 rounds. If you're not completely sure about every word and every syllable, just wing it. You know that expression, just wing it. If the part comes that you don't know, just wing it. You know that kind of feeling. It's going to fill up with all the other lovely voices. Okay. Amrit And then I say a very sweet welcome, everybody. If you need already to change up your seat or something, go ahead. You're not here to make it look yoga. You're here to sit comfortably for the first few minutes. That's your main objective for the beginning. How are we doing? Everybody okay? Yay! Had a good summer? Yay! Summer is over. Winter's coming. It's the last day of August, and therefore we are also coming to our final day of talking about the Bhagavad Gita. Yay! So, as you were here very often this month, you heard many stories about the Bhagavad Gita. What is one of the main teachings? If you're, a next party, hanging out, talking with people about the Bhagavad Gita, exchanging ideas. So, what is one of the real big topics? You can't get really wrong because Krishna gives Arjuna really the whole blowout of what yoga practice is about. So kind of everything is in there. But there are a few themes or motives that are really, really strong. Starts with a K. Yeah, feel free to wait. It's okay to say, no, I don't know. It's okay. It's because it's what you will learn over time, I think. What you will learn over time is that you will find certain things that suit your personality and your taste simply better. I like the Bhagavad Gita. It ain't my favorite book at all. Not at all. I think there are other books I'm more drawn to or I get something out because it's really a love letter to the divine and to the practice. It's very poetic and stuff, and I'm not big on the poetry. But one of the main topics is the topic of karma yoga. That's really big. Do you remember what karma yoga means? What was that kind of yoga? We have different kinds of yogas. What was karma yoga again? Very nice. I like that. Giving back. But be mindful. Is it because of the karma? It's like giving back because something happened you have to give back, or giving is giving back means like, well, she gave me something, so I got to give back. But I know what you mean. It's very good. But it happens a lot when we use the word karma. I always make fun of, I call it the spiritual bank account, because that's how people approach the idea of karma. Like, I do something good, cling, cling into the bank account, and when I do something bad, it takes that. That's not what karma is at all. Really not. But karma yoga is very specific. That lovely person behind the reception, how do we call those people? Karma yogis. So karma yoga, there were different paths of yogic practice, but karma yoga, one translation you could maybe say is selfless service. Serving or doing whatever you do without getting too attached to the results. That doesn't mean I don't care what's going to happen about it, but you don't care about other people saying like, oh my God, that was amazing, you're so amazing, thank you so much. You're not waiting for that. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, do whatever you do to your full ability, to your 100%, whatever that might be, but then let go of the fruits of your actions, the fruits of your actions, the results. It's that fear. I don't know why, because I've seen it in action. I always think of a birthday, and I've seen it many times. You give a birthday present, the person is like, oh yeah, okay. And you took like weeks to order it online, and you searched for it, you Googled your ass off for it, you put effort in, and the person like, yeah. And you're like a little heartbroken because you expected a certain result. You expected a certain, oh my God, thank you, that was a... It's hard to be selfless. It's hard to practice selfless service because also our world and our society is not built that way. The first time I rented out my room, I literally put exactly on the dime the rent. Nothing else, just the rent. I thought it was enough. And yogis told me, like, you're such an idiot. You could have asked for so much more. It's really hard. Our society is not really feeding into selfless service. So that's why so many people remove themselves and go somewhere else to volunteer and to do something. How often are you selfless? Don't worry, it's not an out and about answer. I'm not asking you to say that on camera. Don't worry about it. But it's good to think about it. And it's just those little actions of holding open a door for somebody. Or picking up a bike that's on the floor. Like, nobody's seeing it. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody thanks you for it. It's really hard. It's a very powerful practice. But there's also another way to explain karma yoga. It's more of a meditation or mindfulness approach. What you these days call mindfulness. I mean, it all comes out of yoga. So imagine yourself washing a pot. You know, doing the dishes. And you wash the pot. And your washing of the pot is not a holy offering to the divine. No, you're just washing the pot. But you get really into it. You go really into the moment. You really stay with this, not wandering off in your thoughts. Until you're not even the one who's washing the pot. There's just washing of potness happening. You know what I mean? It's not even you who's really doing it, because you ever heard the expression to be in the zone? That's that. You're not, when you're in the zone, you always say it about athletes or dancers, but it applies to anybody who does something really well. If you know something, be that cooking or whatever. But that one thing you do really, really well, you can just get lost in it. And you're not thinking, oh my God, I'm doing it. Look at me, I'm doing it. No, that's what we mean with that. That's another way of explaining karma yoga. What makes it all really, really hard is that we always have an expectation of what's going to happen. We come with very clear expectations into whatever we do, also on the mat. Today we are playing with balance. And I will shake and shook you all the time so you can step right out of your freaking expectations, because they mean nothing to me. What happens when you're expecting too much? Not expecting too much. When you have a very clear idea, when you're very attached to the idea of what's going to happen, you don't let God play. How awful is that? You don't let the moment happening because you're so bound to a certain idea. I know when you start out with this practice, it's like a little daunting. Just tell me what to do and I'm trying to do it well. And that's a great start. First we need a vocabulary. But later on, let go. This is not important. This is so not important. You think this is yoga? No. It can be yoga if you become aware. If you are really in it and in the moment, then it becomes yoga. So does doing your dishes. So does walking down the street. If you are really conscious of it, you could consider it yoga. Yet, if you are here in the most beautiful headstand, and you are just thinking like, oh my God, what I'm going to do after class? Oh, I've got to meet my friend after class. Then it's not yoga. Does it make any sense? That's why this is lovely practice. But it has to become something else than just stretching, because then it's only stretching. Anyway, talking for a long time. Please come off your block and shake your legs out. Shake your legs out. Good, guys. And then we're going to draw the knees in. Anybody else in solo isolation? No. I'm really the only one in Amsterdam. It's like, oh. You're going to bring your knees towards the chest. You're going to hug yourself, hug your own legs. And then you're going to shift the weight a little further back towards your tailbone, not on your tailbone. So your feet can come off the floor. And just finding that point of balance in between sitting bones and tailbone. I don't mind if you want to shift that weight a little bit, but you can just play around. You can also close your eyes or drop your head a little bit towards your knees. So the smaller the surface, the more interesting the balance, in a way. No, maybe that's not really a rule of thumb, but you know what I mean. Good, guys. And then you're gonna lift your head again. You're gonna reach your arms forward. You're gonna lift the legs a little bit. Good. What's the surface you're balancing on? Your ass. Partial ass. Partial bodonka donka. Now we're gonna make that surface smaller by rolling onto the left butt cheek and lifting the right one off. Hello. And then back to 2. Over to the right. And bring it back to 2. Do it one more time to the left. Ooh, say what? And bring it back. And over to the right. I told you, my class is all about the butt. Bring it back into the middle. Cross your ankles, so swing the legs around. And come on to hands and knees. Good. Now, generally we do a lot of cat and cow. This is this rounding of the spine, arching of the spine. So exhale, round the back, draw the navel inch into the chest. And inhale, arch the back, look forward or up. Exhale, navel in, round the back. Address the parts of your body you normally don't address so much, like your lower back. Inhale, arch the back, let the belly drop. And then one more round. Exhale, angry little kitten. And inhale, happy Indian or Dutch cow. And then come into the middle, and what they call in yin yoga, then come into the bear. The bear's just moving around. Just coming out of the cave, out of hibernation. Just like, or maybe the bear from The Revenant. And what I like about, even though it's, when you start with this, it's a bit uncomfortable because you're like, I don't know what to do. But the more often you do it, it starts to change. It becomes a little easier, and we call it somatic movements. Somatic movements are movements, for example, that you don't think about, that don't have a plan. And when you learn to do this a bit more, it will help you to get out of certain patterns. And a lot of yoga is about getting out of your patterns, your habits. Good, guys. And then bring yourself back into the middle. Stretch your right leg back, but your toes stay on the floor, and reach your left arm forward. Good. No. Fingertips on the floor, toes still on the floor. You're just stretching yourself long. And bring it back, change. Left toe draws back, stays on the floor. Right hand reaches forward, fingers stay on the floor. And then bring it back. You're like, well, Mark, that's too simple. Okay, other side. Right leg to the back, left arm straight forward. Nothing is on the floor anymore, everything is lifted. Woohoo! On an exhale, bring it back. Inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. And bring it back down. Now it's going to get interesting. Tuck your toes up. Lift your knees a centimeter off the mat. Reach your right leg back. Reach your left arm forward. Ah! Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Just checking, just checking. Left leg back. Right arm forward. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's like Twister at 2 o'clock in the morning. Slowly bring it back. And slowly pull yourself into down dog. Honey bunnies, I know you are young, but if you've never played drunk Twister, put that on your bucket list. I'm just saying. Do it with some fun people. We'll have a really good time. Good. Shake something out if you need to. If you feel a little stiff today, a little... Good darlings. And then let's walk the feet forward towards the top of the mat. You could even bring your arms onto your thighs. I so don't mind. Even that gives me a little freedom in the lower back. It's all good, but if your upper body can hang, wonderful. I'm not fuffing around with straight legs for the first 20 minutes of class, really. Yeah, keep it all so relaxed, so nice. Oh, yeah. And then with your navel pulled in, start to roll yourself up to stand. Feet hip-width apart, reaching the arms alongside the ears, lifting yourself onto your tippy toes. Hold the balance, navel in and up, and then just to get all that stress out in the first few seconds of class, close your eyes. So we get all the falling out right in the beginning, so we don't have to worry about it when it happens later. Let's just all fuck up in the first few minutes. Because then you're not so stressed about being perfect, because nobody cares. Good. With very open eyes, sink the heels down. Hook your thumbs in front of the chest like a butterfly. Bend your knees. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Hands onto your shins. Lengthen the spine, straighten the legs as much as you can. Even more, straight legs. Yes. Exhale, hands down, step back into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your head is nice and relaxed, your arms feel very strong, hopefully. Good, nice long spine. So how should the breath be? Rapid and quick? Hyperventilation, 2020? No? We are aiming for this sort of equal, controlled in and out. On your next inhale, come forward to a high push-up plank. Exhale, lower down onto the floor. Keep the hands under your shoulders, toes away. Inhale, lift the chest. More back muscles, less arms. Exhale, lower down. Good. Hands centimeter off the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. That are your back muscles, and they need strengthening. Your arms are very strong. For all of us, huh? Exhale, hands down. Bring it back to hands and knees. Maybe bring the knees back under the hip, otherwise your down dog gets bigger and bigger. Curl your toes under and lift back, down dog. Very good, guys. On your next exhale, bend your knees, look in between your hands. Lightly step or hop forward, top of the mat. Exhale, fall down, head drops. Hook your thumbs, bend your knees, scoop it up. Exhale, hands in front of the chest, heart center. One more round, scooping. Bend the knees, inhale, scoop up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Hands to the shins, long legs, long spine. And exhale, bring it back into down dog. Make sure that your fingertips are firmly engaged on the mat. Spine nice and long. Beautiful, guys. That's it. And then one more time. On an inhale, come forward to a high plank. Hold it here for the exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the chest. So arms can always support a little bit, but it's not the main workout. Say it like this. Exhale, bring it back, hands and knees. Tuck your toes under and back into down dog. And then make it a happy dog by wagging your tail. Move your ass. I promised you, you get exactly what was advertised.
bomb action. On your next exhale, bend your knees, look in between your hands. I don't care. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, fold forward. Hook your thumbs, bend your knees, scoop up. And hands in front of the chest, heart center. This time, inhale, the arms reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward and down, belly to the thighs. Inhale, your half lift, longer spine, longer legs. Exhale, step everything back to down dog for one breath. In. Exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts up high. Exhale, right foot steps forward, a very big step. Inhale, rising up into a high lunge. Good. Your face should look like you just came out of a 2-hour massage. Like all super blissful, satisfied. Good. Now we could say this is a good moment to deepen your posture, which doesn't mean go deeper. That's not what deepening means. It means engaging the body, navel in and out. Push your left foot harder down into the floor. That's what I mean. From here, inhale, last step. Exhale, bring the hands down and step your right foot back to down dog. Sitting bones lifting, long spine, that's better. Inhale, left leg lifts up high. Exhale, left foot steps forward, big step. Effortless rising up. Good. And if nothing else in your body believes the word moeiteloos, let your face believe it. Funny thing about your face, if you let your body know, oh God, this is a problem, your body will believe that it's a problem. If your face is faking the hell out of it, it's like, yeah, I love it, warm shower, living my best life, your body might believe it. Push your right foot. Good. See? Just standing, really. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back into down dog. Ooh, very nice. On an inhale, come forward to a high plank, and then bring your right hand to your lower back. Now change my mind. Right hand down, left hand to your lower back. No, change my mind. Right hand to the lower back, left foot over right. And bring it down. I lost you. What was it now? Left hand to your lower back. Right foot over left. Oh my God. Bring it down. So it's all just minimizing surface. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale back to down dog. Well done. And believe me, that wasn't the worst to come. I got more for you. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up high, long leg. Right foot steps forward, big step. Rechte voet naar voren. Effortless rising up. Super sweet, super beautiful. And find a very stable stance. Because as always in a balance class, I'm very kindly asking you to close your eyes. Both of them. Maybe 3 of them. Close your keep your third eye open, but now what happens when you close your eyes? In a way, you let things happen rather than you are doing it. Do you notice that little feeling? I mean, you're surviving, that's a different thing. I get it. From here, with very, very open eyes, placing your left hand down onto the floor. Open your chest to the right, reach the right arm up high. Good, very nice. Notice what's touching the floor. Left hand, right foot, part of the left foot, all very interesting. Then think of your left foot, which is behind you, and turn onto the outside of your left foot, nice and flexed. And then we bring the right leg on top of the left, and damn, we're in Vashisthasana. How did that happen? Oh no! Oh no! Tricks! I tricked you into Vashisthasana! Damn it. Exhale, look down, bring your right hand down and pull back into down dog. Okay, don't let that happen on the left side, okay? Don't get tricked. Inhale, left leg lifts up high. Thank you, don't throw it, but mean it. Left foot steps forward, big step. Shuffle, shuffle, rising up, effortless. So find these good, so every round you do a lunge, you're really aiming for stability. One of the first descriptions of asana was stable and comfortable. So considerably, if it's not stable and not comfortable, it's not really a yoga posture. Slowly close your eyes if you're not there yet. Yes! I love a good slow blink. And then with very open eyes, placing your right hand inside left foot. Open chest to the left, reach left arm up high. Good. Now here, for the aim of the twist, I want that the upper body twist, but your hips and your right thigh stay exactly as they are. So think of lifting your right thigh. The right thigh is behind you, the back leg. That's the right one. And look down, just for the safety. Turn onto the outer right foot, nice and flexed. Bring the left leg on top, reach the left arm up. And your inner child should say, Mommy, Mommy, look at me, look what I can do. Because we don't do this anymore. That joy that we used to have of moving just for the sake of moving. Watch kids playing, they never walk, they just run. There's just so much good stuff to do. Exhale, pull it back into down dog. Inhale forward to a high plank. Bring your knees down and bring yourself onto your forearms. Because you know we want to save the wrists a little bit. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back and low plank it. Okay. Plank, not bridge. Plank, not bridge. Now, again, we talked about my relationship to booties. I love a good booty up in the air. But this is really flat, flat, flat. One line from shoulder to... There you go. Shoulder to toes. Because it is a different action here. So we want to keep it nice and long, nice and straight. Whatever I know of that word. Slowly then, guys, bringing your knees onto the mat and bring yourself into a child's pose. So open your knees a little up, toes touching, sitting back. There we go, well done. So to say to only do core exercise when we are working on balance is of course silly, because we need it really all the time. We need it all day long, a good core. Sort of some power that protects that spot. But you will notice in balances it becomes very important. On the other hand, balancing should feel really familiar. Because in a way, it's what your muscular system is doing all day long. Because if you really watch and look into an anatomy book, you learn and you understand that muscles kind of work in pairs. If I engage the front of my leg, guess what the back of the leg has to do? Let go. And vice versa. There is always an agonist and an antagonist. So something gets shorter and the other thing gets longer, and vice versa. And you do this all day long without even thinking about it. Take a last deep breath. Then placing your hands back under the shoulders and lifting yourself back onto hands and knees. Nice long spine, and here as well, navel gently drawn in. Curl your toes under and lift into a brand new down dog. Then walk your feet forward to the top of your mat again. Bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand, head coming up lashed. Shifting your weight onto the left foot, bringing your right knee up. You can bring your arms out, but bend the elbows, so it's sort of a short arm out, but there's something happening on the side. Good. And notice how your foot, your ankle is adjusting, constantly adjusting. Good. From here, reaching the arms up. Lengthen the right leg out and bring it down. See? We're just tickling on it. Not even holding it, just tickling on it. Back. Just really easy little balance. Notice what's happening in your right foot now. In your right ankle. So balance is always moving. We're just making these movements very, very small. So it looks very, very still. And again, arms up, lengthen the leg forward, straight leg, bring it down, and shake it up. Good. Place your hands together in front of the chest, heart center. Exhale deeply. Inhale, arms reach overhead, really long. Exhale, navel in, fold forward and down. Inhale, half lift. And step both feet back. Down dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, right foot steps forward and left heel circles to the floor. Inhale, warrior one. If your hands don't come together, feel free to keep it shoulder width, but long arms. I love long arms. Yes. Happy toes. If they're white and purple, they're not happy. Good. On your next exhale, open wide into your warrior two. Virabhadra Asana number 2. Looking beyond your middle finger, nice strong arms. Once in a while you might as well check your own back arm, like, yeah, that's pretty much one line. And then reach the right arm forward. Forward, forward. If you can touch the camera, I'll give you €5. Place your elbow to the thigh, or maybe even your hand to the block or to the floor inside of the foot. Left arm reaches up high, straight above your body, reaching to the ceiling and looking towards your left hand. Stay here. Then turn the palm of your left hand into the middle of the room and reach the left arm all the way into the middle of the room. Still looking up under your left arm. Ooh, very nice.
And then looking down onto the mat, place both hands onto the floor, bring your back heel up and come into a high push-up plank. Bring your knees down. Lower your chest a little. Push your chest forward and through. Upward facing dog, shoulders back, knees off the mat, of course. Exhale, bring it back into down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up high. Exhale, left foot forward, right heel circles down. Inhale, warrior one. So karma yoga, or the yoga of service, is very complex. Because on the one hand, maybe you offered this up to your sister or your mom or somebody else at the beginning of class. So even though it's a service to them, you're still getting the benefits. Isn't that beautiful? That's a great system. Everybody gets something. And on your next exhale, open wide into warrior two. Nice, I like those arms, I like strong legs. You gotta commit. If you believe it, I will believe it, I swear. And then I'm keep using the word reaching because sometimes it's very unsatisfying what's happening. People do that kind of reach. Oh, it's so hard already. Really? Reach the left arm forward. What I think of is bringing my side ribs close to the thigh. Place your left hand either to the floor or to the block, maybe on the in or the outside. It works both ways, but your front knee got to be bent. Because then you have a connection of leg to arm. Because when you open your chest and reach your right arm up straight up, your knee kind of wants to roll inwards. And your arm stops it by gluing your leg to the arm, wherever your arm is. It works that way too, yeah. Gazing curiously towards your right hand, check if it's really yours. And then turn the right palm into the middle of the room and reach the right arm all the way over. Oh, I would love to pull on that arm now. Oh, there we go. You can do it yourself. That's good to know. Don't let your head drop too deep. Because what happens when you hear drop your head, it turns you forward, pulls you sort of in the forward. Yeah. Yeah. You're so good today. On an exhale, looking down, placing the hands down, move the block out of the way, bring your back heel up and just step it back into down dog. Good. Our last offering here. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale forward to a high plank. Exhale to a somewhat lower plank. Inhale, open the heart, upward facing dog, shoulders back. Exhale, bring it back into down dog. Good, my friends. From here, lift your right leg up high. Bend your right knee under the body. Pull the right knee behind your right wrist a little out. Left leg is nice and long behind you. And you're going to go into your pigeon here. You can rest your forehead. Or maybe be on the forearms. It doesn't really matter. If you need a block under your right thigh as a little support, go ahead. Bye. Good topics. Where would we like to have a sensation? On which body part? Have a hammer hole? What?
Somewhere outside right hip, right leg? Yeah, that would be great. But it's never really that clear and the same for every one of us. So we always have to figure out how it works within our body. It's not about you doing the posture. It's sort of how can you feel it. It's like if 10 people paint the same flower, it's different paintings. It's always going to be yours. Yeah, flip it up. Where do you feel it otherwise when it's too deep? Where do you feel it? I mean, we do want to feel. So that's also maybe good for you to understand. It might come surprisingly to you, because I always want you to feel good and have fun in the class, but it's about getting uncomfortable. Not in a bad way, and it doesn't never mean pain. Never. Pain, get out. But instead of thinking of discomfort like, oh, it's stressful, well, it's just stepping out of your comfort zone. Once in a while, that's a good way to think of like, you want to feel a little bit, like, oh yeah, but you don't have to force it. Good. Take last deep breath. And then placing your hands back under the shoulders, lifting yourself back up. Bring the block away from under your hip if there's something under, and come onto your right hip. Bring your left leg forward and keep it in the air. Reach your arms and lift your chest. Barbara is in the house. She's going to look at you. Make it beautiful. Good. From here, what you're going to do, without bringing the leg to the floor, you are just going to bend the knee and bring it behind you. Do not put it on the floor. Do not put it on the floor. Do not put it on the floor. Feel that muscle here. Do not bring the knee on the floor. And bring it back forward. And yeah, have that moment. Yeah, presenting your foot. Yeah, and then bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Feel that hip. Feel that hip. Feel that hip. Bring it back forward last time. Lift that chest. Cross your ankles and come into down dog. Well done. La 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 la. Oh, yeah, other side. Left leg lifts up high. Left knee under the body and a little to the outside of the mat. So what we want to do, that pulling under is really important, because what you do here is you close the knee nice and tight, and then the movement comes from the hip. That's how we protect our knees. Good. And then, yeah, I know, your pigeon is tired. Go. If you want to lean forward, lean forward. And you can still play with different elements. Every centimeter is kind of interesting. So, for example, if you're comfortable on the forehead, what happens when you bring an ear down? Or if you reach the arms all the way forward, there are still different little nuances. Say it like this. Yay! Living your pigeon. So lekker. So good. Have a nice evening. And then, my friends, 2 more deep, juicy breaths here. And then placing your hands back under the shoulders, coming heavy onto the left hip, so you swing the right leg forward. Oh. Do not bring it to the floor. And then reach the right leg back. Bring it back. And last last time. Oh, and bring it down. Now come up to stand. Okay, if she starts another time, good. Shake your body a little out, for the lack of a better word, and then win. So we did this pigeon pose because it's a hip opener. What balance do you need open hips for? Shift your weight onto the left foot, bring the right knee up, catch it with your right hand. You want to stand tall, straight standing leg, straight spine. If anybody starts hustling around like this, like illusion of getting the knee higher, bring the knee towards the chest, that means higher knee. And then open the leg to the side. Good. 4, 3, 2. Bring the knee back forward. Right hand takes inner ankle. Bring the heel to your sitting bone, to your butt first. Look where my knee is still pointing to. It's still pointing forward. I close my knee and I open from the hip. If today balance is a little off, reach your arms out. If you're good, if you're very good, I mean not in good in performing and making it pretty, just if you feel stable, that's a good. I feel some of you feel very pretty right now. I feel some of you could close their eyes. Just don't take the camera with you if you fall. Thank you. Thank you. And notice why you don't want to fall. It's not that you are scared that you hurt yourself. What's the reason that you don't want to fall? It's all very funny, you know. We all want to do it good. But it's just playing around. Bring your hands back. Bring your right knee forward. Step it out. Good. Shifting the weight onto the right for bringing the left knee. Bring it all slowly open to the side. Standing leg stay strong. Shoulders stay down. No need to lift your shoulders to get your knee up. And then bringing the leg back. Now, even though this is pretty closed already, we could still close it a little bit more by taking the left ankle, bringing the heel to the sitting bone, and then open to the side. There is no space in this universe for slippery yoga pants. There shouldn't be. Cut them up. Throw them away. No, don't give them to the Red Cross. Let some mother suffer through those yoga pantsies. And then, just for the laugh of it, play a little with slightly more closed eyes, or my mom called them bedroom eyes. Just a little soft and heavy lids. Yeah! I want you, if you learn to let that go of being pretty or perfect or whatever, it's not your aim to fall, but it means you dared to get out of your comfort zone. That's what it means. Good, guys. Very nice. Placing the hands back, bringing the knee forward, step it down. Well done, well done. Shake it off. And then on your standing on your yoga mat, you're going to swing your right leg behind the left, bending both knees, and come to sit, preferably without your hands. Good. Let the right knee come to the outside. There we go. Now, there are two possibilities. Either you're sitting on both butt cheek sitting bones, or you're sitting only on one, sort of like we did at the beginning of the class. Remember the little butt cheek pulled?
You want to sit on both. So if that's not happening with your right knee bent, keep your right leg low. Left arm, either way, goes back, fingertips push into the floor so you can sit tall, and your right arm either hugs or comes to the outside of the left thigh. Long spine, following the spiral back. Lift and lengthen the spine, please. What would happen? It's all that work. On an exhale, turn yourself back forward. Everybody bend the right knee. Hands to the right. Lift your butt, turn to the back of your mat. This is for YouTube. And then, now it's getting a little complicated, but not by a lot. Walk the hands again over to the right. Bending both knees, keep turning your feet a little bit so you're screwing your legs in, and then bringing yourself to sit on the left side. Maybe foot in, or maybe left leg long. Right hand behind you, left arm around or outside of the thigh. What's the interesting factor for this? What decides if you can bring the left arm to the outside, or if it's better for you to hug the knee? Generally, if it supports your body, if something opens up. So you know already that in a twist, we want to have a long spine. And when we collapse in the shoulders and in the chest, there's not a lot of lengthening going on. So if elbow to the outside means for you to hunch over, what's the point then? Then this makes a lot more sense. Yes, beautiful. And last deep breath. And turn yourself back forward. And then free your legs, shake your legs out for a moment. And then we're going to come into a toe stand, aka standing on your toes. You would be surprised. I'm just saying, it's like people are like, I know. It's like, So yeah, we could just sit around and wait for something good to happen, or we give it a little form. For example, bringing the feet and legs together. And then my legs start squeezing against each other, and I might still have a little energy up. Not trying to lift all the way, I just give it a little, so I'm not setting. Hands in front of the chest, heart center. Squeeze your legs. And then we're going to open the knees and bring the hands straight down under our shoulders. Good. Now I want your only plan is to bring your knees outside of the arm as close to your armpit as you can. So you could, one way of trying this maybe from this position is sort of like, but it doesn't really help. So think of lifting your butt with it and bring it back down. Good. So we're going to do that 2-3 times just to get that feel. bringing your butt and your knees up, 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 up. Knees close to the armpits and bring it back down. So if you have very open hips, it's not here. You really want to hug them in. So last time, lift your butt, hug your knees to your armpits, bend your elbows, keep looking forward, and shift your weight more to your hands. Keep looking forward, that's all. Toes are still on the mat. And bring it back, toes stand. Everybody okay? Take it just in increments, because really a lot of the postures, yes, you need strengths, and yes, you need strengths also, like here. But really, over time, you learn it's more of a shifting of the weight than really like, oh. Last time, lift the butt, bring the knees to the armpit. Hug your knees in. Bend the elbow, keep looking forward though. Shift the weight onto your hands more and more. Maybe one toe can come off. Or maybe both toes can come off. Bakasana. Beep. Beep. Good, guys. So when you see what he's doing here, he needs to engage his inner thighs and squeeze. While he was really clever and just balanced fully on top. So you can balance in, but if you don't squeeze your inner thigh, it's just pancaking out onto the floor. Come onto your feet. Relax your wrists a little bit. Right. And then bring it back. So arm balance are fun, but I wouldn't do 100 in one class because our wrists need to learn a little bit to catch that pressure. Right knee comes in. Appreciate yourself. And then open the right leg out to the side. Maybe taking flesh from under the left thigh and just pulling it a little out. Good. If your right knee is flying, give it a little shelf. How? How do we go forward? One way. Long spine, because you want to fold yourself onto the leg like this. Let's try a difference. So you know the difference. Bring your forehead onto your knee today. Left knee, not right knee, left knee. Bring your forehead onto the knee. Ooh. Ooh. If that works for you, anybody? You could also bring the forehead a little higher to the thigh. So that's a really, really round, compressed spine. That's just different. Lift yourself back up. So what we want to do is lengthen forward all the way. See where your forehead is now. So there are different reasons. We want to fold forward with a long spine. Jalasasana. Use your belt, love. Use your belt. Because I want you to have a long leg. Longer than that. Those damn long Dutch legs, isn't it? Yes, longer, full length. If you're working with the strap, work on that full length. It's different. Let your body get used to it, because you can also get really used to stay here for a long time. You know you want to learn this, and especially now with that pull. Sri Ram Jai Ram. Take 2 more breaths here. And then with power in your navel, lifting yourself back up and come onto your forearms. If you look at your legs, does it feel slightly familiar? Tree posture, hip opening, you know what I mean? It all builds constantly on each other. Nothing is there for no reason. Come up, sit, bring your right knee up, right leg forward, left knee in, Left leg opens up to the side. Taking a little flesh from under the thigh, sitting really nicely on top of your sit bones. It's not a short, round back. You want to lengthen forward towards the foot. Jen, rather thinking your head to your foot, I want to think heart to the foot. Think of your heart to the foot. There, guys. Last deep breath. Don't get rid of your belt yet. From here, we're going to lift ourselves up. So instead of laying onto your back, I want you to lay on your right side. Right foot is flexed, right leg is long, elbow, hips, knee, heel, everything in one line. And maybe you can bring your left foot a little higher up the thigh, because that's also good practice for tree posture for that setup. Then either take Yogi Big Toe Lock or use your strap around the foot. And then, of course, we're gonna lift the leg. For many of us, that gorgeous Bodonka Doka is falling further and further back. That's not the point. You want to flatten out the posture. So push your pubic bone forward. Yeah. Up, 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 up. Good. Slowly bring your right leg down. Sorry, your left leg, I mean. Left leg down. Come onto your butt, look forward. Just to make sure when we go into the other side, it's a good setup. As soon you are in here, in here, in here, and then hold Yoga Big Toe Lock or the strap close to the foot so you can slide as far out as you need it to be. Look what happens to my pelvis. I'm trying to be really, really flat here. And then you lift the leg and then suddenly leg is still up, but all this is not really working. So I push my pubic bone, the crown jewels, forward. Flatten out. Does that make sense? Let's try. Well, however you call that part, I don't know. See, my crown jewels are already in the basement of the museum. Nobody's going to see them anymore. Good. Try to flatten out a little bit for 3. Good. That has to happen a little bit. That then opens up. So slowly bring it back down. Turn yourself back forward and come to sit. So this is one of the interesting parts. Do you know what an abduction is in your legs? What movement is an abduction? Like being abducted by aliens? Abducted, to take away. So example, when my legs, that's an abduction. I adduct, addieren, and abduction. But if you do it like this, you will notice really quickly, ooh, there's a stop, there's a pinch. I can't go further, I can't get the leg up like this here. There is a turn in the leg to bring it up. That has to happen. This stops really quickly. And then you turn it open. Excellent.
From here, our last thing is Paschimottanasana, because we didn't do it yet. Both legs to the front, and we're going to fold forward. If your back is really tired already, what other option do you have? If your back is really tired, on your back, maybe using the strap like this. Good. If you're good in your seated position, Paschimottanasana. Do you notice where your forehead goes to? That's your knees again. You notice? A little bit? Good. Bend your knees and take the strap much higher. Much, hands up higher, higher, closer to your feet. And now, when you lengthen your legs out, you slide as much as you might need, but you want to keep long arms, long legs. If you always, that's a lot of work. So I find just that where I feel the pull, but I don't really have to work. I only hold the strap. 4, 3. It's frustrating, eh? Believe me, I know. And then take the last 2 breaths here. You still got a neck. It's your neck anymore. And very sweetly bring yourself back up. Place your hands behind you, bend both knees, and lift the pelvis. Good. You can open your throat, you can look up or let the head drop back if that's comfortable for you. Fingers spread wide, and even here your fingertips are really engaging on the mat. Good. And then looking forward to your knees and lift your left foot up. Bring your left foot down. Bring your right leg up. Bring your right leg down. Bring your hips down close to your heels. And then lower down onto the floor. Stretch your legs and arms very long. Good. Now from here, bring your right leg over the left leg. From your left foot on the floor, lift your hips, your pelvis, and bring it just a centimeter further to the right. And then letting your knees drop gently towards the left. Maybe looking towards your right arm. For 5. 4. 3. And 2. And 1. Gently rolling the hips back onto the mat. Right foot back onto the mat. Find the middle. Left leg over right. No hooking of the foot, just that. And then from your right foot pushing into the floor, you lift the pelvis just to shift it over to the left. And then dropping knees to the right. While you look to the left. Very good. Yes. To what does that chant translate again? Do you remember? Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Thank you. Did everybody hear that? May all beings beings, not human beings, beings. Be happy and free. Yoga is a way to not only understand yourself, but it has the possibility, the potential that you realize yourself. True self-realization, which some people call liberation, to become free. But of what do you become free then? Of all the funny ideas and opinions you have about your life. Slowly roll your pelvis back onto the mat. And then shake your legs one last time out and bring your knees to the chest, feet behind your head, Halasana plow posture. If today is not a good day for shoulder stand, we have a lot of space at the wall. You could just bring your legs a little up the wall, make it a little softer. If your feet are behind your head, your legs are long, long. Yes, do you feel that power? And then you might interlace the fingers, that works well for my body. Roll your shoulders a little bit more under, placing the hands into the lower back, fingers pointing up. And then maybe lifting one or both legs up towards the ceiling, shoulder stand. Salamba Sarvangasana. Yes, there are two legs, but you just should handle it as one leg. Hug 'em in. Yes. This is, in a way, of course, also a bit of a balance. Fairly big surface to balance on. From back of the head towards your elbows, that whole triangle. While the main weight should be shoulders. And then take 2 more breaths here. Last little lifting, maybe touching with your feet the ceiling. And then you can either bend the knees towards your forehead or feet behind the head again, your choice. But either way, it should give you the ability to bring your arms onto the mat, palms down. And then slowly rolling yourself piece by piece back onto the mat. As if you want to make it incredibly interesting, keep your long legs close to your face. Good. From here, very good. When the butt comes down, when the heels are down, everybody, long body, long legs, flex the feet. Take hold of your thighs, outer thighs. Oh, you're very dangerous. You don't like touching yourself, do you now? You're all in a relationship, aren't you? From here, lift your head and shoulders off the floor, gaze to, no, look towards your toes, look towards your toes. So the setup I want, you're on your back, you hold your thighs, you lift your head and shoulders. You push your elbows down into the floor and lift your chest. That's all arms. And now, head drops back until it touches slightly the floor. Yay! If I could poke a finger in between your shoulder blades, I would. But alas. Good, guys. Well done. And then everybody please come on to your back. Put your socks on, put whatever on you need to get really comfortable into nice Shavasana. Shavasana ambiance. So, I said it jokingly to the class before you, the advanced class, somewhere quite at the beginning, that nothing is expected of them, which I think I try to say in one way or the other in all my classes. Because I don't expect anything from you. I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope it feels good in the body, but it's just my offering. I don't know what you make out of it. But right now, this is a great way to feel this. Right now, there's nothing expected of you. There's nothing that you have to do or have to listen to or have to imagine. You are, for this very short moment, completely and utterly free. Just explore that for a moment. Because over time, there's a chance that you can learn that also in the moments when you're active. Nothing is a must. It's all just happening. The same way the weather happens, or traffic happens. We are moving in, out, and now we're laying here. It's just happening. And you are grooving with this moment. Grooving with the now, the eternal now. And after a gentle, deep breath in and out, slowly start to bend your knees. Roll over to your right side. And then bring yourself up to your final seat. Stiram Sukham Asanam. The posture is stable and comfortable. We end as we started with 3 rounds of Om, so bring your hands together in
and create space by exhaling. Slowly inhale. Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be joyous and free. Om Buddha Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bow forward and down to your very lovely self, bowing down to the inner teacher, inner guru, and that you are free. Free to go into your evening, free to go into your week, to do all that karma yoga service. Good, my friends, have a glorious one. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks to all the musicians for their music. Bye.